Who in the world is going to be playing in this 2018 Australian Open? I mean, these players are dropping like flies. Andy Murray's out, Serena Williams is out. I'm not saying they're flies. They're not flies, they're great champions. So today's episode, we're gonna go over all the players that we know are for sure out. We're gonna talk about who's questionable, and I'm gonna talk about who I think could be next to announce they're not playing at the 2018 Australian Open. And hey guys, stick around to the end of the video because I have a very interesting stat about Mr. Roger Federer, and you guys might wanna hear about that if you're a fan of Fed. Welcome to Coffee Break Tennis, the fastest growing tennis talk show in the world. Home of the Fed heads, home of the Joker faces, home of the Raw fans. Everyone comes here to talk about tennis. Coffee Break Tennis is brought to you by Crunch Time Coaching, a tennis player's best friend, a tennis player's ultimate resource. Who's in? Who's out? Obviously, Andy Murray's out, Serena Williams out. Those are the biggest names, the most recent news. I mean, just yesterday, I was hearing some kind of, what was it? I was reading an article or I heard someone on TV, I can't remember, but they were talking about Andy Murray could be a coach. A coach? What? Andy Murray does not want to be a coach. He wants to be a Grand Slam champion, man. I hope I didn't overload the new microphone. Yeah, we got a lot of Christmas presents here. I got the new microphone. Pete gave me the FEDAL art, and last video, a lot of people said, where'd you get it? I love it. So, me and Pete, we talked to the people that made the FEDAL art, and we got a affiliate link. So basically, if you love Coffee Break Tennis, and you want to somehow help us buy FEDAL art, click right here. I'll put a link in the description below if you don't have the YouTube app and you can't see what I'm pointing at. And we will get a small percentage from the purchase of the FEDAL art. So hey, great way to support your favorite tennis show. Ta-da! Kei Nishikori, Svetlana Kuznetsova, Serena Williams, Andy Murray, all of them out, not playing at the Australian Open. Stan Wawrinka, rumors that he's in doubt, not sure if he's going to play. Novak Djokovic, Rafa Nadal, of course, I'm going to get to them very soon. Victoria Azarenka. We've also heard rumblings about Muguruza, Jack Sock, Nick Kyrgios, although Nick Kyrgios is playing in Brisbane's semifinal against Dimitrov tonight. That's a match to watch. And by the way, I got another video for you guys, and it's on the brand new Coffee Break Tennis YouTube channel. I'll have a link down below in the comments section, also below the link for purchasing a FEDAL poster if you guys are interested. And that will be the first video I've ever put on my own Coffee Break Tennis YouTube channel. So make sure you go there and subscribe, hit a thumbs up. We're going to need your help to grow that channel in time for the Aussie Open. I'm going to try to post some videos on that channel before we get started with the Aussie Open. I'll be doing a format like this. One here on Crunch Time and one over on Coffee Break Tennis dedicated YouTube channel. Subscribe to both, especially if you play tennis. Another Christmas present, I got a wireless printer. So now I don't have to read from the laptop and move around, although I'm still going to use the laptop. In fact, I'm going to do a Twitter segment where I tell people before I start filming the show, since we're not live, to tweet me if you have any questions or anything you want me to talk about. So I'm going to check the Twitter on the laptop a little bit later and see if anyone said anything interesting that I want to talk about today. So now I can print stories out. Let's go to tennis.com. You guys can put it on the screen. I'm going to read it from here, though. Six-time champion Djokovic still unsure about playing the Australian Open. I'm going to get right into the one where I'm guessing a little bit. I think Djokovic is going to be the next one we find out is not going to play. But this is what Djokovic said. After pulling out from Abu Dhabi ATP Doha events due to pain in the right elbow, Novak traveling to Australia where he'll take part in 2 exhibition tournaments, he said this on his website. After the 2 events, a decision will be made about his participation. I guess Djokovic didn't say it. His reps on his website said it. After these 2 events, a decision will be made about Novak's participation at the first Grand Slam of the season, the Australian Open, where Novak has been crowned champion 6 times. Oh, they just had to mention that, didn't they? Roger Federer remains a favorite to defend his title, but it remains to be seen whether he will have Djokovic chasing him in pursuit of his 7th Australian Open crown. Yeah, Djokovic has won more Australian Opens than Fed. Whew, good shot. I hope it didn't mess up the camera. Mr. Goat, recycle that, please. We are not going to be wasting paper at this show. No way. I'm not going to tell you he definitely won't play, but I get a strong feeling he won't. The bottom line is Nadal, Djokovic are both going into the Aussie Open compromised. Maybe not physically, but mentally compromised. They have no prep, right? They don't have the confidence in the game because they haven't been playing. At least they haven't been playing the way they want. They might be doing some kind of limited practice, but they're not playing the way they want. We thought Serena and Andy Murray were going to play. We thought, oh, they're just taking a little extra time to get it right. They didn't play. They're not going to play. I don't think Djokovic is going to play. Nadal is so committed saying he's definitely playing, so I'm going to take him at his word and say Nadal's going to play. They're both going in mentally compromised because mental is huge in tennis. The mental game is the difference between 1,000 in the world and 100 in the world. You know, they both can hit a huge forehand. They both can serve 120, 130 miles an hour, but mentally, very different. Same with 110 in the world. So Nadal and Djokovic, obviously, these are some of the most mentally tough competitors we've ever seen in the history of tennis. But I'm telling you, they're going to be mentally compromised. So before I tell you about the very interesting thing I found about Roger Federer, let me do a new thing I'm starting where I'm going to announce on Twitter. By the way, follow me on Twitter at CoffeeBreak10s, T-E-N-S, like the number 10 with an S at the end because you can't fit tennis in your username for Twitter. At CoffeeBreak, T-E-N-S. Follow me on Twitter. And what I'm going to do is before I start filming the show, I'm going to announce on Twitter, hey, I'm filming. Send in some comments, questions, news, anything I might miss, anything you want to hear me talk about, and let's go there right now. So this is from Harris, who says, hey Matt, are the AO courts slower than the Perth Hopman Cup courts? Don't you think the Hopman Cup courts resemble the Aussie Open courts? Harris also points out, why is Fed continuing to wear the same outfit he wore during the indoor season? Well, Harris, according to Craig Smiley-Tiley, the tournament director at the Australian Open, the courts are playing exactly the same speed as last year. So that's really good news for Federer fans because obviously Roger liked the fast courts last year and they helped him in that 5th set win over Rafa for sure. So all these players are hurt. All these players are not out there playing. But meanwhile, Roger Federer looks pretty good. So those are some pretty awesome points, and a great segue for me to tell you the interesting thing I found about Roger Federer and my strenuous studies preparing for today's show. Also, before I say that, Coffee Break Tennis is up, baby. We got its first video ever on the Coffee Break Tennis dedicated YouTube channel. I've been making videos on Crunch Time Coaching, which is a channel for people who play tennis and want to learn how to be a better tennis player. Coffee Break Tennis YouTube channel is just for nothing but Coffee Break Tennis talk. So I'm going to flash it on the screen. You can click it if you're watching on the YouTube app and go straight to Coffee Break Tennis YouTube channel and watch my newest video, which is like a part 2 to this video, where we're going to talk about, with all these guys hurt, injured, who in the world can stop Roger Federer. I'm going to tell you the people that I think maybe have a chance, although I'm pretty confident Roger's looking like a big-time favorite at this point. Let's talk about what I found before I do that. We go to the Express, where almost 17,000 have voted on this poll now. Who will win the 2018 Australian Open? 22% said Rafa Nadal. I think that's a little high because we're not sure that Rafa is going to be 100% healthy when he gets there. 66% Roger Federer. 5% Novak Djokovic. 3% Dimitrov. 3% Alexander Zverev. And 3% someone else. Everyone thinks Federer is the favorite. Click up here right now or anywhere on the screen. You're going to see it, or down below in the comment section of the description of this video, and see who I think has a chance to stop the almighty Swiss Maestro. See you over there at the Coffee Break Tennis YouTube channel. So excited. So excited.